Hello everyone, welcome back again to Liverpool Report today. We've got the latest updates on our beloved club Liverpool. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of Liverpool Report news. Let's get started. Alexander Isak has been urged to join Chelsea this summer, with former Premier League star Gus Poyet suggesting he would be a good fit at Stamford Bridge. Isak is one of the most in-demand players in world football right now, having starred for Newcastle since joining the club in 2022. The 25-year-old has scored 59 goals in 103 games for the Toon, and the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool have all been linked with the striker. However, Poyet believes Isak should join Chelsea instead. "I would like to see Alexander Isak at Chelsea," the ex-Chelsea midfielder told Discasino. "I know him from his time at Real Sociedad, and I know his characteristics, movement, and technical ability, and I think he'd be a good fit at Chelsea. I also think Nicholas Jackson needs competition up front. If you want to be the number 9 at Chelsea, you need to be better than how he's currently performing. Sometimes to get better, you need more of a challenge. It didn't work out with Christopher Nkunku up front, so Jackson needs someone else to try and push him. Isak can be that player." However, Newcastle remain determined to keep hold of their star striker, and it will take a blockbuster offer to even tempt them to sell, with Isak still under contract until June 2028. And Newcastle boss Eddie Howe is confident that Isak will still be at St James's Park next season. "He's had a brilliant couple of seasons for us, and he looks like he's hitting his best rhythm now," Howe said in December. "He's such a valuable player for us. When I signed him, I looked at his game in depth. With Alex, his all-round game, I felt he could do a little bit of everything, dropping deep to link play, being a creative link between our midfield and our attack, but also bring those standout qualities individually, where he can make something happen out of nothing. He had, from that one season where he scored a huge amount of goals in La Liga, which at such a young age isn't easy to do. I believed he had the prowess to deliver that into the Premier League, albeit there's always a slight question mark with the physicality of this league. And that's where I have to give him a huge compliment, because he's made that step from the various leagues that he's been in to come to the Premier League. I think he's done really well. He's almost taken everything in his stride. We wouldn't have committed the fee that we did to the transfer if we didn't believe that he could play and do well straight away. Now he's done that, and he deserves a lot of credit for it, because it's not an easy thing to do, to transfer leagues in the way that he has, and I just hope it's a start for him. The challenge for the team is to be successful. With a successful team, everything is easier across the board in every respect. The challenge for me is to push the team to those heights." Liverpool defender Trent Alexander-Arnold has stepped up his training as he continues his recovery from an ankle injury. The Reds' right-back was filmed training on Wednesday with the first team, but it is understood to be the final stages of his rehabilitation. Alexander-Arnold, 26, took part in some of the session with Arneslot's side, but not the full workout as they prepare to travel to Leicester on Sunday. The England international has been out since he picked up the injury against Paris Saint-Germain last month in the Reds' Champions League exit and has missed 4 games. Liverpool medical staff will continue to monitor his recovery and slowly build his workload. Slot is expected to give an update on the fitness of Alexander-Arnold on Friday, but a trip to the King Power Stadium may be too soon for the defender. His absence through injury has come at a crucial time for Alexander-Arnold, who is yet to announce his decision ahead of his current contract expiring at the end of June. Alexander-Arnold was part of a key trio of out-of-contract stars with Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk, but now stands alone as the only one not to commit to the club. Salah's 2-year contract extension was announced on Friday, while Van Dijk will follow suit in the coming days, leaving Alexander-Arnold as the odd one out amid a rumoured move to Real Madrid. Ahead of his own announcement, Reds captain Van Dijk has made it clear that he expects the club to strengthen in the summer transfer window. "Whatever happens in terms of players going out, players coming in, I think it should be a big summer," he said, after scoring the winner against West Ham on Sunday. "I think they're planning to make it a big summer, so we all have to trust the board, as a Liverpool-connected fan, to do the right job. I think Liverpool should be able to challenge for titles in the upcoming years. Liverpool can win the Premier League this weekend if Arsenal lose at Ipswich and they then beat Leicester. But the more likely scenario would be the Reds winning this weekend and then beating Tottenham on Sunday, April 27th to clinch the title. Alexander-Arnold is obviously subject to interest from Real Madrid and is out of contract this summer, but his return to fitness means he will be available for selection before his deal runs out, providing a potential farewell period for the academy graduate. Darwin Núñez missed last week's 2-1 win over West Ham with illness, but he trained on Wednesday, which should mean he's fit for Sunday. Liverpool are still buzzing with the excitement of tying Mohamed Salah down to a new contract, but the fresh terms won't prevent one familiar problem. The club confirmed last week that Salah has put pen to paper on a new deal, which is understood to run until June 2027, ensuring another 2 years of output from the Egyptian. Salah is enjoying his best ever campaign with Liverpool, with 32 goals and 23 assists in 46 games across all competitions so far. As well as lifting the Premier League title, he is set to win the Golden Boot, having already broken Thierry Henry's record with his 45th goal involvement on the weekend. The 32-year-old chose to stay in part due to the progress the team is making under Arneslot's management. "I signed because I think we have a chance to win other trophies and enjoy my football," he said. "It's great. I had my best years here. I played 8 years. Hopefully it's going to be 10. If they are to win more trophies in the 2025/26 season, then Liverpool will have to overcome a familiar problem, the Africa Cup of Nations. The Reds are used to losing Salah, and previously Sadio Mane every 2 years midway through the season as they head off to represent their country. Salah missed 5 games last season after heading off to the Ivory Coast to play for Egypt. To make matters worse, he then picked up a hamstring injury while on international duty, which cost him a further 7 matches for Liverpool, while he also struggled to rediscover his best form once back available. Injuries cannot be helped, but AFCON is certain to provide a serious disruption next season because it has moved from its regular slot of January-February to December and January. Taking place in Morocco, it will run from December 21st until January 18th, having been moved from this summer so it doesn't clash with the inaugural edition of FIFA's controversial Expanded Club World Cup, which runs from June 15th and July 13th in the United States. That isn't an issue for many European leagues, which have a winter break, but could be problematic for Premier League clubs with African players. Egypt have been drawn in Group B and have fixtures scheduled against Zimbabwe on December 22nd, South Africa on Boxing Day, and Angola in their final group game on December 29th. As the most successful team in AFCON history, with 7 titles to their name, Egypt will expect to reach the latter stages of the tournament. The round of 16 is scheduled to take place between January 3rd to 6th, the quarter-finals follow on January 9th to 10th, the semi-finals on January 14th, the third-place playoff on January 17th, and the final is in Rabat on January 18th. The Premier League won't release its 2025/26 fixtures until June 18th, but the festive period is the busiest in the calendar, meaning Salah is certain to miss some important matches, depending on the schedule and Egypt's success in Morocco. But using Liverpool's schedule from this season as a guide, AFCON would overlap with 8 games, including 6 in the Premier League. That tally would rise to 10 once the preceding fixture is included for travel time to the tournament, as well as a game after the AFCON final for time to return and potentially rest. Liverpool have plenty of experience of dealing with AFCON absences over recent years and will know that they have to plan for its impact. Slot knows how important squad depth is and will instruct sporting director Richard Hughes and his team to bring him back up in the summer transfer window to ensure Salah's absence doesn't derail their 2025/25 season. Thierry Henry has claimed that Virgil van Dijk is Liverpool's most important player after he scored a late winner in his side's 2-1 victory over West Ham on Sunday. The win saw Liverpool take one step closer to the Premier League title as they moved 13 points clear at the top of the table. And while analysing Van Dijk's goal, Arsenal legend Henry insisted he is a more important player for Liverpool than even Mohamed Salah, who has scored a remarkable 32 goals in 46 games across all competitions this season. However, Henry said of Van Dijk on Sky Sports Monday Night Football, "This is why I keep on saying this is the most important player to sign. You have guys that are maybe way better technically, but this is like the foundation of your club. You saw it, he just went into a mood of, I want to score. Who can do that? He said I want to score, and he went to score. You don't have that often. For example, if he was in that back four of Nottingham Forest, the coach doesn't have to get up, he will sort it out. Yes, He will get caught out sometimes, and we saw it, but more often than not, he will stop a counter with his mouth. He doesn't have to defend, he's very clever. I said, he's the most important player at Liverpool. Then you have the most valuable player is Mo Salah, he's Van Dijk the most important. Salah has already committed his future to Liverpool by signing a new 2-year deal, and Van Dijk is set to follow suit, having all but confirmed that an agreement has been reached following the win over West Ham. I think first, all the focus should be going to the Hillsborough anniversary, Van Dijk said. I think that's the main thing, and then we'll see. The focus will still be on Leicester, but maybe there's some news. I know, but I don't know. I love the club, that's pretty obvious. I think you can see that in the way I speak about the club, the way I work for the club in terms of what I do on the pitch, on and off the pitch, and that will always be the same. I think it's the whole combination. I joined the club in 2017 for many reasons. Reasons like how much it means to all the Scousers, to all the fans around the whole world, to be connected to Liverpool, being successful with Liverpool, the culture of the club, everything that embodies Liverpool. That is just part of me. That's why I'm always proud when I wear that shirt, go out there and try to be the best version of myself in terms of the football player that I am. Liverpool will be back in action on Sunday when they travel to the King Power Stadium to take on second bottom Leicester, who have won just one of their last 18 league matches under Ruud van Nistelrooy.